Minasan konnichiwa, this is Masato Okahara from the Matsumoto Castle Gun Corps, and in this Gun Samurai episode we're going to be looking at samurai snipers. Often when people think of samurai, we imagine swift katana, fierce battle cries, and the honor-bound warriors of feudal Japan. But samurai were more than just warriors. They were masters of discipline, strategy, and precision. And this wasn't just about using a sword or charging into battle. Everything that they did was calculated. This can be seen in the way that they applied themselves to the way they undertook most activities. Whether that be calligraphy, horse riding, tea making, or sniping. Kyudo, or the way of the bow, was often seen as a pure form of samurai combat, requiring not just skill, but a deep connection between the warrior, the bow, and the target. Samurai archers could shoot accurately from horseback, which is known as yabusame, hitting targets whilst at full gallop. Archery was sometimes considered to be a higher skill than swordsmanship, and the bow was a weapon that required immense focus, patience, and almost a meditative state to use effectively. The level of precision demanded by archery and the concentration required is something that modern snipers can relate to. The samurai's training in archery laid the groundwork for their transition to firearms. But before we go any further, I think it's important to talk about the nomenclature of the word sniper before anyone leaves something in the comments saying that samurai didn't have snipers. The modern definition of sniper is a rifleman who fires from a concealed place, especially a military marksman who fires from cover, usually at long ranges, at individual enemy targets. Arguably, the samurai had no riflemen at all because they did not use rifles, certainly not during the Warring States era. As we have previously discussed the hinawaju, these kind of Japanese matchlocks are smoothbore muzzle-loading weapons. But the zanozutsu, which was designed with range in mind, was normally fired from a concealed place, especially behind cover. And the idea was to identify and eliminate high-value targets or to harass the enemy before they could begin their main advance. In addition, the word sniper appears to have originated in or around the mid-1700s when the British military in India would go hunting for a kind of bird known as a snipe. They were difficult to hit, and those who were able to hit them referred to themselves as snipers. Therefore, maybe the term samurai marksman is better, but I think that samurai sniper sounds pretty cool too. The 16th century brought a technical revolution to Japan, which was firearms or Western firearms. When Portuguese traders introduced the matchlock rifle, the samurai quickly adapted to this new kind of weapon, and they blended their traditional skills with this new modern technology. The samurai that embraced firearms developed a sniper-like approach to warfare, with marksmen capable of picking off high-value targets from a distance. The patience and focus honed through archery translated perfectly into firearms use. Marksmen were often placed in strategic positions, on castle walls, behind cover, on high ground, and they could provide suppressive fire or look for targets of opportunity. It meant that much like modern snipers, these marksmen could change the course of a battle with a single well-placed shot. And even if the sniper's shot missed, whether by design or by accident, the very presence of concealed marksmen was able to strike fear into the enemy and disrupt the enemy's strategy. The concept of a samurai sniper might seem like it belongs in a fantasy novel. But it is important to remember that the samurai, whilst on the battlefield, were always evolving as warriors. They were always striving for perfection, whether that was with a bow, with a sword, or with a matchlock gun. The way of the gun on the battlefield can be traced back to 1543, and it lasted up until the Meiji Restoration. Like archery, therefore, this makes Hojutsu, the way of the gun, one of the oldest martial arts still practiced in its original form in Japan. The concept of a samurai sniper challenges our traditional view of these ancient warriors. We often think of the samurai as sword-wielding masters of melee combat, but their story is one of constant evolution. They were warriors who combined honour, discipline, and an unyielding quest for mastery in everything they did. When faced with new technology, whether it was the bow or the gun, they didn't shy away. They adapted, they learned, and they excelled. The marksman's ethos of patience, precision, and strategic impact mirrors the samurai's approach to combat, making these riflemen some of history's first sharpshooters. And what is also quite fascinating is how these principles still resonate today. Samurai riflemen were not just soldiers, they were tacticians who understood the power of a single decisive strike. They aimed to disrupt, demoralize, and dominate the battlefield with minimal resources. A bullet, a concept that lies at the heart of modern sniping. Marksmanship, which values accuracy over volume and patience over rashness, finds its roots, in many cases, in the philosophies of the samurai. Thank you for joining us at Gun Samurai today, and if you enjoyed this upload, then please subscribe and don't forget to leave a like and a comment as well.